I'm going to do a Vadrok deck. This is the last build that I will do before M21, and I am still debating whether to join all selections 1 and 2 and just grab all the cards that I have cracked, even repetitive cards for some constructive builds as well. Whatever you guys think about it in the comments, let me know. I'm very curious to hear your input. But I have been thinking, I like the whole selection 1, selection 2 thing because it's kept things interesting. 2 different selections, see how they fare, which one got this pool, which one got that pool. But I'm thinking that it would have been better to go all the way from the beginning with just one build, with all the cards available, the best build. And that would have yielded fewer videos maybe, but at least they would have had better selections. I'm not sure. I don't really know. I started with 4 selections last year when I did my first trials before this standard. Then I moved down to 2, and I am considering moving down to 1. And when I start with Zendikar Rising and rotate out the first 4 sets in this 8-set standard coming up, I'm considering just doing 1 selection. Just crack a bunch of packs, make a deck, move on. It'll be fewer videos, but the cards will be better. Anyways, back to Vadrok. So he's a flyer, first strike, 3/3/3 square. That's very good. Whenever this creature mutates, you may cast target non-creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. So I already trimmed down these selections where the non-creature spells are all 3 or less, unless they're exemplary, fantastic spells. I also think I'm going to go for something like 15 creatures, and then the other 45, kind of break them up, 10, 11, 12 of artifacts, enchantments, instants, sorceries, all the non-creature spells. That's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do something like that. This is different from the previous build that I did today that's already uploaded to YouTube, where I had a ton of cards. This one's not like that because it's got a very specific restriction, and so it's already fairly trim. Okay, so I'm gonna go through. A lot of these are non-creature spells, 3 or less, and I'm not sure I have a theme yet, or any theme that I want to be holding on to. So these are the multicolored cards. Except that on non-creature spells, for which this card will be great. And again, I'm not sure if this is going to make it all the way to the end, just because of the mana requirements. I love this guy. Really do. Love a mass, man. But I'm not going to be on a mass. I think I'm just going to be on whatever is good. And then for the creatures, I'm definitely going to be on flyers. Definitely going to be on flyers. And artifacts and enchantments for sure. It could be that that's the bulk of it. So I do 15 artifacts, 15 enchantments, and then 7 or 8 instants, 7 or 8 sorceries. Maybe more towards the instants, and the sorceries are better. They lead to better play than sorceries and commander and anywhere else. Humans, not good for mutate, flyers. Yeah, so I picked a bunch of flyers, and I'm sure they'll be really good in the build. Not sure about Real, because it's instants and sorceries, and this is really more like a cycling deck kind of lord. But definitely the flyers, and this guy doesn't fly, but he's good. So there's going to be some cards that I'm going to pick that are just good. They don't fly, but they're good. This is from Ravnica 1. This guy's great. Other creatures you control with flying get +1/+1. That's going to happen here. And then a few planeswalkers. Definitely going to be shoo-ins, especially this dude. And kicking butt in our set. Yeah, that's great. And so, yeah, going to create artifacts. Make a copy. Yeah, all kinds of good things I can do here. Okay, so in the case of my artifacts, Don't see anything special here, but I'll pick a few rocks. Not sure that I'm going to do any equipment. I always complain about the equipment in Standard. This Standard has terrible equipment. I mean, these cards are just really meant for limited. But yeah, I've already gone through these cards carefully to make the build pretty fast. And in the next video, I'll just lay them all out and crank out the build. I think this is going to be a fairly straightforward build, just because the restrictions are there. This guy's going to be good in that build. The restrictions are there to make the build fairly easy to make. Just pick good stuff, you know. Just pick good stuff. Make sure you draw a lot. Make sure you have a lot of flyers, and then you can deal with some threats. And yeah, so I had time to really clean these up. See, look at that, how similar that artwork is. These are the two cards that I was talking about. Cathartic Reunion and Forbidden Friendship. Yeah. And then some cards that don't fly but are good, are worth considering. Never hurt to have a bunch of high-end flyers. Again, this guy will probably go out. And I'm not on elementals. I always say that when I see a Chandra. Okay. So the red cards. I picked a lot of blue cards. And I don't really know why. I'm not sure that it was because I love blue or anything. It just, a lot of the cards, well, for starters, a lot of the flyers are blue. And I was really going for flyers. And this guy is just great. I mean, he's got to get picked just because he's going to allow you to copy something really good that's already on the board. Yeah, so that's the blue cards that I picked that are sleeved. These are the ones that are not sleeved. These are all commons. Again, just nice control game. Not sure how much of this I'm going to do. I'll be looking through the ETBs as I build the deck and determine how much of bringing back and casting again do I need to do. But definitely cards like this guy are going to be good. Even though I don't have a lot of creatures, I may end up bumping it to 20. Let's see. I'm still thinking about some of the major constraints for the deck. Okay, and then finally, the white cards. And after this video, I'll just lay them all out like I usually do and get to building. Again, nowhere near as complicated a build as the previous one. And I'll be very curious to see what you guys think about me combining selections 1 and 2, and then when M21 comes, just making mono builds. I'm already going to have them all share the same legendaries. I started down that slope before, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Just keep it simple. This guy needs to be in there. I love this card, man. It's out of the toolkit. I love it. Yeah. Okay, so there you have it. Next video. Oh wait, I forgot the on sleeve, the commons. Again, I tend to go a little faster these days because I've already looked at some of these cards for a year. And so, almost a year. So they've been considered, rejected, or accepted into many builds by now. Alright, so that's all we have. Those were the cards. The next video I'll do the build.